real big, real big, real big. I know what my real is feel is.
I don't know if we won. Excuse me? Oh, of course. So I said, game one went to the Suns. What type of challenge did Luka Doncic and the Mavs provide?
There's a lot of good players on that team. You know what I mean? Jalen Brunson, Reggie Bullock, Theo Pinson. So
Theo was in the court. Well, yes, I got it.
he's still a good player.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I played there for a reason. I'm going to go back.
The Mavs provide.
There's a lot of good players on that team. You know what I mean? Jalen Brunson, Reggie Bullock, Theo Pinson.
Theo Pinson. There's a lot of conclusions you can draw from that. Let me start out by saying I am your gracious and grateful host, Dead Scruggs. Welcome to another episode of the CourtSide TakeOver podcast. I be so eager to get here, man. I really want to do 2 of these a week because last week, so much stuff I wanted to say, so much series that wrapped up, stuff I wanted to get into. So I'm really debating on doing 2 of these a week because I enjoy just coming here, sitting here, talking to y'all. Theo Rather. My takeaway from that is, hold on, let me find my note. My takeaway from that is Chris Paul is focused beyond his years. And I think the question, it's kind of disrespectful. He asked him that question after they just won that game, probably pretty handily. They only won by 7, but you gonna ask him about a guy getting the 45 points on me and we just beat them. I think Chris Paul looking at it as if y'all anointing Luka Doncic too early. Theo Ratliff, undrafted player, 2014 out of North Carolina. He don't even get in the game. So, my bad, excuse me. So Theo Ratliff don't even get in the game. So I think Chris Paul just said that just to say, y'all kind of annoying Luka Doncic too early. Yeah, he just a great player, one of the best players we've ever seen, if you ask me. Especially at his age, he like kind of unguardable. And I love the Larry Bird comparison. I don't think he shoot it as good, but I love how Luka talk trash. He can back it up. He's possibly unguardable. He move at his own pace. He remind me of kind of like a Paul Pierce game too. Paul Pierce had a super slow game. I hate Paul Pierce game, but I like Luka game. Can't pass the ball like him kind of, but I don't know. Luka different. I think Luka Magic is the perfect name for him, but I don't know. What I took away from Chris Paul saying that is plenty things. It's like you can't anoint him too early. He's still young. We just won the game. If y'all peep at the beginning of the conversation, Chris Paul said we won the game. Like, just listen again. Listen again.
So Theo was in the court. Well, yes, I got it.
He's still a good player.
Absolutely.
Listen again.
They shot over 50. Only thing.
We won. Excuse me? Oh, of course. So I said.
He said we won. Chris Paul said we won just to say, you talking about Luka, we won. What can we talk about Phoenix? How do you think Phoenix did? How can Phoenix improve? What did you think our keys to the game was? It's kind of disrespectful to say, and it probably was some type of producer in his ear saying, asking about Luka 45, asking about Luka 45. How this all go with somebody in your ear once you interviewing these players after the game to tell you what to ask them. So sometimes you just got to be like, I'm not asking him that, man. They just won. So that's going to be a big topic today. A lot of people going to be talking about Chris Paul reaction, talking about Theo Ratliff. I think Chris Paul was basically saying, don't annoy him too early. Like, calm down, chill. We just won. We just won. To our other Western Conference series, I told y'all Memphis was going to win that next game. I told you. Now, the Warriors game, that's tricky. Matter of fact, Dallas, I ain't gonna move too fast. That Dallas series, because I didn't give y'all no prediction before the series started. I meant to. I didn't give y'all no that Dallas series. I thought I take Phoenix in 7. I take Phoenix in 7. No, 6. No, I'll take Phoenix in 7. Let me tell y'all why. I'm not expecting Jalen Brunson to play that bad again. I think he had the ball in his hands a lot when Luka was out. A whole lot when Luka was out. And I think he got used to playing that way. He got used to being the leader of the offense. He got used to getting everybody set up. He got used to just getting everybody involved. But now that Luka back, his role kind of changed. So I think once he get back in the flow of playing his normal rotation, how he used to play, not being so ball dominant, I think Jalen Brunson gonna play really well in the second game. But I still got Phoenix in 7, but I'm not confident because I don't see nobody guard Luka. But I think that Phoenix is playing Luka just like Boston played KD and Kyrie kinda. Luka do whatever you want, nobody else gonna beat us. So I'm just curious to see. Hey, and Kleber been hooping, man. Y'all better watch out for Maxi Kleber. Let's keep it in the Western Conference. This is a super duper exciting series. I told y'all Memphis was gonna get the job done. I knew it. I told y'all Memphis got it's just experience really, like it just wasn't Minnesota time yet. And shout out to Basketball Hustle TV. We was at Rayvon signing day. I was going back and forth with him, man. I should have invited him to the pod. I don't be thinking at the time. I think Steph Curry is like that girl in high school these dudes always wanted but never could get. Like, it's crazy because I was telling you, say, man, I love Steph Curry, man. I'm on Steph Curry. Don't get blinded by the Steph Curry, the 3 points, and this Memphis team is for real. I'm telling y'all. This Memphis team is for real. They lost that last game at the buzzer. Granted, no Draymond Green, but it ain't like he was playing good to begin with. 5 turnovers in 17 minutes. He had, I think he had like 5 turnovers and like 2 points. Like some old crazy stuff. But it ain't like he was playing good to begin with. Steven Adams out due to COVID. That could hurt them because he best rebounder in the NBA. He led the NBA in rebounder. Zaire Williams out. He should be back game 2. He's another good piece. But listen, Golden State is deep, but Memphis can legit go 11 deep. Zaire Williams, Steven Adams, Jaren Jackson Jr., John Morant, Dylan Brooks, Desmond Baines, Brandon Clark. I'm not even done because I'm forgetting the guard. Jones. Like, they can legit go 11 deep. Granted, Golden State, you got players. They could, you got Draymond, you got Poole, you got Looney, you got what's that young boy, Kuminga, you got Curry, and Clay, you got Wiggins, they loaded. I think the difference in this, Memphis, grit, grind. Golden State just go run you till they get what they want. Pass, cut, motion, pass, cut, motion. They go run in until you get what they want, and they unselfish. Golden State is going to have a problem rebounding the ball. I watched Jaren Jackson literally miss a shot, second jump, get the rebound back, lay it up right over their bigs. It's going to take Jaren Jackson a lot of, I think he's going to play in the post a lot. So what I was expecting out of Jaren Jackson last series, I seen him doing the first game versus Golden State. Curious to see what he do tonight, but I thought Jaren Jackson was going to be big in that Minnesota series. But what I've noticed is Jaren Jackson ain't that strong. That's what I've noticed. And they say Karl Anthony Towns soft, but he was getting Jaren Jackson in foul trouble. Jaren Jackson stayed in foul trouble a lot that last series. So I'm anticipating that to change. I'm anticipating that to change, and I'm anticipating also Clark to be a big factor in this series with Steven Adams being out, and also Golden State really don't have a big they could go to. That's why I thought Wiseman was really, really important to get back. I thought Wiseman was going to be a really, really big piece for them. So I'm not switching up on my pick. Like I told y'all 3 weeks ago, Memphis is my dark horse team. Memphis is my dark horse team to get out the West, and I'm riding with that. Give me Memphis in 7. Because Memphis got home court advantage. Listen, throughout the playoffs, Memphis got home court advantage. Unless they run into, what's them boys? Unless they run into Phoenix. Memphis got it right now. Unless they run into Phoenix, Memphis got it. And if they win this series, Oh my God, that matchup gonna be crazy. I ain't gonna speak too early, but Steven Adams will be back, and he can bang down there with DeAndre Jordan. I don't think DeAndre Jordan want that Steven Adams smoke. They say Steven Adams might be the strongest player in the league. I don't think DeAndre Jordan want that smoke. I mean DeAndre Ayton, my bad, excuse me. I don't think DeAndre. No, I don't think he want that smoke. So I really got I got Memphis and I got Memphis in 7 in there. I got Memphis in 7. Memphis in 7. I'm sticking with it. I'm riding through it. I'm sticking with it. I'm riding through it. And I'm not switching up. I found that very interesting, though. I got some interesting numbers to read you out. I got some interesting numbers. So, one moment, please. They know I record on Tuesdays. Who is this? Who is this? Okay. Oh, sorry, they know I record on Tuesdays. I had to answer that. Let me read y'all something. One of my favorite teams in the league, multiple reasons. I told y'all who my favorite player was. If this your first time listening or if this your last time listening, I'm a Dwayne Wade fan. I'm not taking it no other way. I'm not calling it no other way. But it's just something real interesting about this team. I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's something in the Florida water. I don't know if it's the slick back gel Pat Riley used. I don't know if it's the mastermind of Eric Spoelstra. Listen, Duncan Robinson, undrafted out of Michigan. PJ Tucker, second round pick, number 35. Caleb Martin, undrafted. Listen. Who is this? Gabe Vincent, undrafted. I never even heard of him. Markieff Morris, hello? Did y'all forget he was on the team? Markieff Morris, he's actually on the roster, if y'all didn't know that. He haven't even played yet. Markieff Morris, he's not even playing. Dwayne Dedmon, undrafted. Every player I just named you get vital minutes for the Heat. Not to mention Victor Oladipo been hurt for the past 2 years, but he just found his way in the rotation. And they just go out there and work and work and work. I think Jimmy Butler is the only, I'm putting this in quotes for all my people listening on the podcast. Jimmy Butler is the only quote-unquote all-star player who just, I don't care about numbers. I don't care about who get the ball. I don't care about who get the shine. I don't care about taking threes. And I was thinking, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I don't know if he should be more aggressive. I mean, he had 45 last game of the series. So, I mean, it's not like he just out there passing the ball around like James Harden. Oh, my God, we're going to get to that. But I don't know. But this Miami Heat team is very, very interesting. This Miami Heat team is very interesting on a simple fact. They're not the biggest team in the world. Not the most skilled team in the world. I don't know. They just the perfect name for them is Miami Mafia. I don't know. I don't know what it is about this Miami Heat team. They give you so much, especially on the defensive end, and Kyle Lowry not even playing. They've been playing Gabe Vincent, an undrafted player. So, I mean, let me make sure. Yeah, undrafted player. So it's I don't know. It's bright futures in the future for this Miami Heat team. Bright in the future. And the defense causing everybody problems. I'm talking about everybody, including James Harden. I had this question for a long time. And I'm going to ask myself, this is why I haven't spoke on it. I spoke briefly about it. The first episode when I was like, you can't expect so much out of James Harden when you got all these people. You got Joel Embiid, you got all these people, so you can't expect so much out of James Harden. But with Joel Embiid going down, just got the green light. Okay, it's James' time. It's James' time to be successful. It's James' time to get everybody else involved. It's James' time to go get. We're going to see Houston James again. We're going to see early Brooklyn stages of James again, right? So we thought. So I'm like, so did James Harden lose it? Or is he just being passive? I don't know. I had a question for a long time. I think the conclusion I came up with is Mike D'Antoni, the best thing to ever happen to James Harden. I think Mike D'Antoni offense is tailor-made for James Harden game. Y'all remember when James Harden was with Oklahoma City Thunder, he was good, but he wasn't great. He wasn't Houston James Harden. He wasn't, listen, and let me remind you of something else. Everybody's saying when Brooklyn was playing so good, when James was playing so good in Brooklyn, guess who was on the coaching staff? Mike D'Antoni. Y'all don't notice when James Harden game slipped? Mike D'Antoni don't coach Brooklyn no more. Did anybody know that? Mike D'Antoni decided to step away from the team because he said he wants to be a head coach again one day. Did y'all notice after Mike D'Antoni said that, James Harden game slipped? I think that the style that Mike D'Antoni ran was tailor-made for James Harden. That's why he's having trouble with Doc's system, because Doc isn't the type of coach to, James, we going to run the box around James. We going to pick a roll around James all day. We got 4 out. We got 1 person on the block. James, you on the right wing. I only remember it so vividly because Houston ran this all day. And I bet y'all, once I describe it, everybody can visualize it, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. James Harden dribbling up the court with his right hand. He on the right side of the court. You got Clint Capella sitting on the block to the far left. Clint Capella comes set the high screen and roll. Clint Capella rolling to the right side of the bucket. You got Eric Gordon on your left side. You got, I don't know, Gerald Green on your right side. James Harden get downhill, start cooking. It's easy. That's the system Mike D'Antoni had tailor-made for James. You picking and rolling, you getting everybody else involved, or you dribble, beating your man to the punch. But what I've noticed yesterday is that first step is not what it used to be. And if it was, like I seen it early in the game. I seen it early in the third quarter. But he can't do it all 4 quarters is what I've noticed. Like, James Harden just can't go out there and just go boom, 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 boom. No, he had 1 point in the 4th quarter yesterday. 1 point. You cannot win no series with James Harden giving you 1 point in the 4th quarter. He took 4 shots in the second half. What is that going to do for Philly with your big man being out? My opinion, Philly could have won that game. They was up 1 at halftime. They was up like 5 or 6 at one point in the game. James Harden got to be more aggressive. Tobias Harris came to play. Maxey came to play. Doc Rivers, I love you. I don't even know you, man, but I love your coaching style. I love the fact that you went zone when Miami Heat kept attacking. Miami Heat not a great 3-point shooting team. I love the fact that you went zone. Just switch it up a little bit. Think you should. I think, my personal opinion, I think more NBA teams should do that, what they call, quote-unquote, janky defense. I think more NBA teams should do that. Just try different stuff. Give teams different looks. Man-to-man ain't going to always be there. Man-to-man's great. Everybody in it. Last time I was talking to somebody about that, he was like, these guys get paid millions of dollars to come out here and play. You should be able to guard somebody. What if you can't? There's plenty guys in the NBA that can't guard. Plenty. Everybody in the... one of the dumbest things I ever heard. They in the NBA, they got to be able to play. No, that's not true. No. Have y'all ever seen Andre Roberson? Can't play worth a lick, but he could defend. Like, so I hate the he in the NBA, he got to be able to play. No. Or they'll say something like, man, the 12th man on the NBA, the 15th man on the NBA roster will give you buckets, bro. Yeah, he the 15th man for a reason, bro. There's some dudes out here that couldn't make the NBA that will give him buckets. So I don't want to hear that. Like, DeAndre Jordan, go home, please. Like, yesterday with DeAndre Jordan in the game, they was a minus 12. Without DeAndre Jordan, it was a plus 15. Doc Rivers, what are you doing? Then he gonna make the comments. I wish I had it pulled up. The audio I let you hear earlier was already pulled up. But he made the comments after the game and said, we're going to continue to start DeAndre Jordan despite what anyone think about it. Okay. Let's see if you have a job at the end of the season, Mr. Rivers. The best series I think left is Boston and Milwaukee. Boston and this series is exciting. Boston, now we see it. All right, two things we see in this series. Who's the best player in the world? Who the best player in the world really is, and who can really coach? Giannis Antetokounmpo is a hell of a player. And damn, Brett Brown's still, and he's a hell of a coach. No, I said Brett Brown. Oh my God. Budenholzer. I'm thinking, because we just got done talking about Philly. Now I'm on Doc Rivers, Brett Brown. My bad. But Budenholzer is a hell of a coach. I say that to say, stop calling Kevin Durant the best player in the world. I don't care where he can score from. I don't care how tall he is. Do y'all see Giannis? Do y'all see Giannis? Everyone said Giannis couldn't. Hold on. Wasn't yesterday everybody was just counting down from the free throw about Giannis? 10, 9, 8. Did y'all see Giannis free throws last game? Pay attention. Everybody get blinded by. I hate people like this. So I coached basketball for a certain amount of time. Yeah, for like 7 years, whatever. I asked one of my players one day. I can tell. I know just by looking at players, you can tell who watched basketball, who played before. Like LaMelo Ball. Just by looking at LaMelo Ball, you can tell he played basketball a lot outside. But like, what are you talking? People like, what are you talking about? You can tell he played outside a lot. You can tell he just played like he just grabbed his shoes like somebody called, hey bro, we reckon today, come on. Hey Melo, we reckon today, come on. You could tell LaMelo played just by how he played, how he kind of played like loose, like free, like kind of sloppy but put together, like how he passed the ball, how he shoot the ball, how he get people involved, how he see the floor. You can tell he played a lot. So, shit. To be honest, I forgot where I was going. This ain't a debate show, it's a relate show. And I know a lot of people can relate to me on that. Yeah, what was I about to say? All right. What was I about to say? Talking about Boston. Oh, boom. So, on Kevin Durant, I don't know what I was about to say. To be honest, I don't know what I was about to say. Y'all know I don't know what I was about to say. But we're going to keep talking. Because this is a relate show. And I know a lot of people can relate to me. But about Giannis, though. He played terrible. That's what I was about to say. See? We back. He played terrible. But most people look at it and be like, oh, he played good. Because you just look at the box sheets. You just look at the stats. He had a triple-double and affected the game by passing and rebounding. Now Giannis a playmaker? When has Kevin Durant ever known to just pass the ball? And everybody talking about, oh, Kevin Durant's a great defender. Kevin Durant, he's forced to be. Yeah, you're a great defender when you're the tallest player on your team and you got to protect the rim so you get blocks off help side coverage. Yeah, you're going to look like a great defender. Yeah, you're going to look like a great defender where you got to guard the best player every night and you locking them up and you blocking their shots and you getting switched and rolled off. Yeah, that's the stupid analytic stuff people say. You analytic idiots got Kevin Durant looking like a great defender. He's 7 foot. Yeah. And everybody he matched up against going to be 6'8", 6'9". Of course. How y'all seen him versus Giannis? Didn't nobody say that last year in the playoffs when Giannis was cooking him every night? I ain't hear no Kevin Durant great defender then. Come on, man. Save it. So, I don't want to hear no more Kevin Durant best player in the world. Come on, man. Give Giannis his credit. I don't know if it's because he's from Greece. I don't know if it's because he's not exciting, because he dunk all day. I don't know. Man, give Giannis his credit. Because the difference we see in this series is Milwaukee is a lot tougher than Brooklyn. Milwaukee coming to play. I think Chris Middleton being out could hurt them in the long run. They also super duper long, which I think Boston have to try to figure out a way to play Robert Williams, Al Horford, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and something like what's the one guard I like, Peyton Pritchard or something like that together on just to try to match Milwaukee length. Super duper long, super long. I think that Boston will do. I think Boston will do better. Tonight, Boston will come out more prepared, more ready. I think Milwaukee did something Boston was not expecting. Milwaukee forced Boston to take a whole lot of threes. A whole lot of threes. They say, you ain't getting nothing down here, so we're going to force y'all out there. And y'all know that Milwaukee want people to take a whole lot of threes. They so long. Listen, like, you got Brook Lopez starting, who's 7'1". Brook Lopez go to the bench, you throw in Bobby Portis, who's 6'10". Giannis go to the bench, you throw in, Ibaka. Like, come on, like, I don't even think Ibaka playing in this series, but it's like, they are super long. It's somebody else down there they play with. Can't think of his name right now. But they're just super, super long. But with that being said, I got Boston. With that being said, I got Boston in 7. I still got Boston on the simple fact, I don't think they're done. I don't think Boston done. My answer might change. I don't know. I might talk to y'all next week. I might be like, uh-oh. So I'm still rolling with it. I got Boston. And I ain't looking back. So I got Boston. And that's how we looking at it. I'm not changing my pick. Like I told y'all, if you follow me on Twitter, you follow me on social media, I told y'all, as soon as Boston, I said Boston coming out the East, Memphis coming out the West, mark my word. And I ain't hopping off no bandwagons yet. I'm not Stephen A. I want to say congratulations to Cincinnati's own Rayvon Griffin, committing to University of Cincinnati. This is a big, big look for the city. This is a big, big look for UC. To be honest, personally, I knew for the past year or so. I'm previewed and interviewed to some information other people may not be interviewed to, but I'm trying to change the media game. So if people tell me stuff, when people tell me stuff, I don't spill the beans early. I don't tell nobody because I look at myself like a journalist. I look at myself of probably really more of a journalist. Journalists. I don't want to say journalists overrated because you gotta respect the craft, but I like to get in the field. I like to talk to the people. I like to feel the energy. So when I'm in the field, when I'm in the gyms, when I'm talking to people, I want them to know that you can trust me. Y'all safe with me. Your secret's safe with me. Anything we talk about is good. It's a lot of other stuff I know out here in the basketball scenery that I ain't even spilled yet. I could have been on this podcast rambling about stuff I know. I could have been tweeting out and releasing information. For example, when Mekhi Elmore transferred down from Dayton, I knew probably 2-3 months prior to him coming. Did I tell anybody? No. But secret's safe with me. So if you know me, we're gonna talk. Just know, if I'm going to CourtSide, I ain't spilling no beans. The secret is safe with me. I'm not gonna tell it if we talking. This is a safe place. And that's what I've been telling people. This is a safe place. But with that being said, I want to congratulate to Rayvon, man. Been watching him since he was in the 6th grade. Committing to UC, he the 7th highest player to ever to commit. I'm here to tell y'all, this is a domino effect. However you may take that, however you interpreting that, this is a domino effect. UC is going Jordan Brand. Breaking news. If you know, you know. If you follow college basketball, you know. UC will be in the Big 12. This is not nothing I'm breaking. Do your research. Get on Google. UC will be playing teams like Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, Texas Tech. I may be believing going to the Big East or the ACC. Or no, SEC. Texas Tech may be going to the SEC. But UC is moving to the Big 12 conference where they be playing higher competition. They will be in a big market. That ESPN, the money and TV deal will be bigger, which makes it better for Rayvon NIL deal. See, the type of player Rayvon Griffin is Rayvon Griff is This is a business move. This, if he plays his cards right, this move could be legendary. Listen, inner city kid, public school kid, Cincinnati Taft, going to a major D1, going to a new conference, bigger TV, bigger NIL, chance to go into the league, 6-7 win, game still improving. This could be big, man. So, it's a domino effect. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna say too much. I'm not gonna spill too much. I'm not gonna go more into that, but I just want to say congratulations to Rayvon Griffin. And something I want to start doing, I gamble responsibly, and I'll be just disagreeing with some stuff. So at the end of each episode, I want to first start off by saying I missed this last week. We are now on 62 days of Brittney Grinder being incarcerated in Russia. I want to give a shout out to Brittney Grinder, and I want to say free Brittney Grinder. She was supposed to be home. WNBA season is about to start, actually, so she's missing out on more money. She was over in Russia trying to make money. Now she in the process of missing out on more money because the season is about to start over a small incident. So, free Brittney Grinder. So, some small bet lines. I gamble responsibly, and every day I wake up, I check betting lines. Sports book I go to is Barstool. And some of Barstool lines I disagree with. But I'm going to give y'all some locks for me. So, if you're listening, 21 or over, disclaimer. 21 or over. So, I'm going to tell y'all a couple of my locks. So, if I was you, this is what I would pick as a couple of my locks. Just if you gamble responsibly. Gambling is legal in Ohio now. They passed the bill. Gambling is legal in Indiana now. They're passed the bill. So, we're not talking about nothing that's illegal. Sports gambling is completely legal. So, it's on every sports show you look at. So, me personally, my picks. Boston versus Milwaukee tonight. The over-under is 215. I'm taking the over 215. The way I break it down is each team has to score 107 points, which I think is very doable for Boston and Milwaukee. Granted, last game Boston didn't cover, but right now they got Boston winning -4.5. Don't trust that. Boston could win, but never know. So right now I think the lock is Boston versus Milwaukee. I got the over on that as 215. Minnesota Grizzlies. I think Minnesota is winning. I said Minnesota Grizzlies. Oh my God. Memphis Grizzlies. I think Memphis is winning tonight. But to get more bang for your buck, take Memphis +2. I think Memphis going to win tonight by like 3. They were so close to winning last time. But to get more bang for your buck, take Memphis +2. That's a +107. Philly, tomorrow's games. They got Philly -9 and they got Philly +9. I'm sorry. If I was you, I'd take Philly +10. That's not going to get you bang for your buck. But I would take Philly +10 if you want to win because I don't think Philly going to lose by more than 10. So the plus means, so if you take Philly +10, which means Philly cannot lose by 10 or more points. If Philly lose by 10 or more points, you lose altogether. But if Philly lose by 10 or less, then you win. So, but if Philly win the game, you win. So that's like a win-win situation. So if I was you, I'd take Philly +10. Right now they got Philly +9. Something else, last but not least. Tomorrow I'm taking Dallas money line. I don't think that Phoenix can keep doing this and winning games. I don't think Phoenix can keep on letting Luka get whatever he want to win because I think other players like Jalen Brunson go step up. I think Dorian Finney-Smith go start hitting open shots. I think that, what's the other guy? Spencer Dinwiddie can get more involved. I think Maxi Kleber, they going to need an answer from him. DeAndre Jordan going to have to come on. Why do I keep on calling this man DeAndre Jordan? DeAndre ain't going to have to come on the perimeter and guard him. So I got Dallas money line. If not, Luka Magic going to kill you all night. And it has been another episode of the CourtSide TakeOver program. Hey, this a relate show, not a debate show, man. As y'all can relate to me, I'm all over the place, man. As y'all see, it's been another episode of the CourtSide TakeOver podcast. I'm your gracious and grateful host, Dan Scruggs, and we're out. Peace.
Real big, real big. I know one day I would do it real big, real big, real big. I know what my real is feel is. Night